Season 6. We are at Atlanta tonight, Preset Cup. I
Amazon.
am, as always, a very exhausted Puddin Knievel. Today, we have last year's Custom Xfinity reigning champion, Wide Open Racing in the booth, and you all know the other guy, the Mo Power, Coco. He's floating around out on a life raft somewhere saying, help me, help me, help me. But guys, this is going to be a fun race, very draft dependent, but at the same
You
time,
can
tire
join.
wear is going to be a big issue tonight too, Wide Open.
Oh,
Puddin, you can join.
definitely. Atlanta's very hard on those right side tires.
Did you say we can join?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to blue screen just for a second real quick to bring you this exciting action. Yeah, right side. But yeah, them tires are going to, they get eaten pretty well here. Who can conserve? We didn't have very many cautions the other night. So pit strategy come in on play too. You know, coming into pit lane's a very difficult one off of that banking. Make sure you signal, drop them left sides down, right, Money Mike. We saw some people try to make that attempt, but didn't quite get there. And we're getting ready to go racing, guys. Who's gotten up and K Taddy sitting on the pole with Wicked Gatekeeper. And the one and only Private Patton as your top four. Here we go. What are your thoughts and opinions here at Atlanta? You know, Wide Open. It's not one of my favorite tracks just because I got so wore out racing with Robbie racing when he first got the game. All he would say was like, come on, bloke, let's go to Atlanta. And I'm like, okay.
Oh no, I really love Atlanta. It's fast. You really got to conserve those tires on the right side though, depending on the slider you pick. I mean, I have a run of the slider 9 here, but you really got to make adjustments to save that right rear. And at the same time, I'll also run a slider 1 where you got to protect that right front. So it'll be interesting to see what everybody has chosen.
Yeah, and if you're on a wheel or a controller too, depending upon when you get loose, you can almost feel it step out. So you can, if you run that wheel, run a little bit of a looser setup. Some of the controller guys might not want to try that, but then some of them, we see Hunty, who's always very proficient on a controller, might do very well. And it looks like Gottnaber, our pole sitter, already back to third, battling back here. Here comes the 14, making a move to the inside. That's Aqua Taddy running traditional KMS black and orange colors. Absolutely love it. He's got 41 to his inside. I do believe the 41. And that's Private Patton actually in the 14 taking it up there, but the 41. So like getting acclimated all these in. Yep, of course it's Cola Motorsports, the sweaty of all sweats out there, but. He clips the wall just a little bit, Taddy, and our in-race reporter. So if you hear him talking, not necessarily to us, he is in his team chat also. Hunty Wild making a move to the inside of that 22-41, giving him a push. Private Patton's got that 20, giving him a big old shove down the straightaway, and it's not going to last very long here, Wide Open, when these guys get hooked up in the draft too, as we can see that lead pack already closing up.
Yeah, at least. Go ahead.
That draft can play a big part depending on what it's set on. I always find the normal is just a little too strong to separate guys, but it can definitely help guys who fall back to gain back up, and it'd be really interesting to see just how some of those guys handle it.
And there was a petition earlier, real quick, after qualifying. Some of these guys said low draft or very low draft, but unfortunately that wouldn't be fair to the Xfinity guys who already ran here. But the 14 and the 20, now the 20s has the 73 of Hunty giving a push. It's weird to see Hunty in that 73 and not his traditional Toyota Twix Gold 54. But Cole Motorsports making his way up to the front. Private Patton in that 14, kind of getting that freight train. Everybody now going to the inside. The 88 of P. Colligator looking real strong. It looks like the KMS cars have hooked up. They are pushing a couple of the fourth with the Toyota leaving the pack. Toyota on the second place. Now it's a drag race to the inside. Second lane does work real well here. But when you got a lot of people to that inside, something else, Mike, that you got to worry about is being able to not hit that apron. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's called Harvicking. You got to Harvick it perfect. You want that front left to run right on that line, and it'll have the grip to pull you around. But you're starting to see on the restart here, we had some good shuffling back. After these tires start to wear down a little bit, you'll start seeing them get more single file where the runs. They'll start moving up because they don't want to hold that bottom too long and start burning up the right fronts.
And Cola Motorsports just giving no SGs driving to the front. Got the 22. We're on board at the 21. That's Wicked Gatekeeper in the 4 car pushing them. Crab Leg back here in the 19 with, I think that's Country Caliber. The 10 and the 38 is Tackleberry. They are single file. They might be able to catch this pack right ahead of them since these guys were battling out. But they got shuffled back to a little bit earlier. It's Mo Power Dsmith in the 12 car right there. And he is in the draft of Private Patton, who led a couple laps and again got freight train and worked his way back to the front. But let's take a look right there, wide open. Look at the battle we got going for the lead right now.
Oh, yes. 22 is trying to work up through. The 9 of K-Taddy is trying to get a look in the side of him there with Nub pushing him. He's trying to work that draft, gain a couple of positions.
Seeing a lot of 3-lane racing. 3 lanes being used. Sometimes so whoever's trying to get team hooked up to get a good draft and a push, making moves. Cola doing a really good job blocking all the runs, though.
K-Taddy and Nubby got hooked up, and it looks like their teammate of the 88, the Virgin himself, P. Gator, falling back a little bit. Private Patton now giving Nubby a little bit of a show. Dsmith in the 12 making a move to the outside. I do like the Valvoline oil car right there on that 88, as I am, particularly as everybody knows. I hate to say this on air. I am a brand whore. Champion spark plugs, Goodyear tires, Valvoline oil, Chevrolet, Yamaha, Harley. Everybody knows what I like, but the 24 and the 9, they've been real connected. And again, single-handedly, one car at a time. The 14 is working his way back up through the field to see if he can get up to the lead. But Cola Motorsports with K-Taddy in second spot right now, looking very, very strong here at Atlanta.
Nobody really falling off the pace. The whole field's still all in the same draft, one pack. A lot of shuffling. It's really good racing to watch.
Yeah, I want to go back to the pack just a little bit, but as soon as I do that, K-Taddy takes a peek to the outside of that 41 Ford Mustang of Cola Motorsports. Can't get the job done. 24th teammate got another over there. The Nebmaster himself. They now got to the second lane, and Private Patton now looking like he's getting up to second. The cars behind him look like they said, if we're going to get back up there, we got to get single file. But after they go single file, they catch this lead pack, then that's when we're going to see them get dicey. Taddy, Nubby, and Hunty Wild all to the outside. Cola's got Private Patton to his inside right there, pushing him too. Great battle up here. Still 0 free cautions, and everybody is holding on to everything they got real tight. Good mixing it up here at Atlanta tonight. Love this racing.
A lot of good 2x2 racing. It looks like on the straightaways you see a lot of singling up to catch the draft, entering corners. We got a car getting loose, 17 I think that's Icy. Got a little loose, hit some grass there on the tri-oval.
Yeah, got a little ice on the tires, got a little slick. Here comes Daddy in that 11 car to the inside. That's Country Caliber, 19 of Crab Legs. Last week's winner too. Got his inaugural Cringe win. A good buddy of mine, couldn't have been more proud of him. It was an honor to be up in the booth and watch him win. But Icy behind the NRG 21. They are going to start to go single file again. Hunty now by himself on the outside. That's not going to look good for him if everybody can get a good run. He needs to get down a single file behind the 88. It looks like he does. They're wide open. His Private Patton in the 41 starting to pull 2 or 3 car lengths.
Yeah, definitely you don't want to get hung out on the outside by yourself with no help. The drive is so strong. You can easily go from the top 5 to the back of the pack real fast if you get hung out by yourself.
Something we just talked about there, Mike.
Pace.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, no, just the 9 car of K-Taddy clipped that apron just a little bit and it pushed him up. And look at the gap that they lost. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry about that.
We got our first car off pace. It looks like Dsmith is going to lose the draft. Still not out of it. Just a boring stage 1 ending for him. It seems like.
Yeah, there's nothing more frustrating than losing a draft like that and cruising around. But we've seen it in the past where something like that has happened to these guys. And myself included. White, I've noticed happened to you, Mike. Same thing, as we see one car clip the wall, and that's going to cost him. But cruising around at a plate track is boring. But once you get back to the lead pack there, the key is for D now not to go a lap down. And K-Taddy, are you guys going to have to pit? Not necessarily win, but will we see stage 1 pits here?
Yes. You get 28 to a tank, and it's 51 lap stage.
So, in the words of K Caddy, he just said, "Yup."
Yep. So definitely, if I'm Dsmith who's falling back, as soon as that pit window opens, I'm jumping in, get some adjustments in, and try to make that car as fast as possible for the second half of the stage.
We got TMT Racing and KMS Racing battling side by side for leads here. It's a good little battle here for first as Cola comes down to block Tay-Towny.
And these guys race a lot there. And Wide Open, you've got yourself numerous wins. And again, like we said, last year's Custom Xfinity champion. And what you did with your earnings last year was very honorable, very cool to do. But we know you're very good on strategy too. So I mean, if Dsmith, if you're out there listening, listen to last year's champion and somebody who has won here quite a bit, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, he could always stretch it and stay out and pray for a caution, but when you get the caliber of drivers that we have here, cautions are very few and far between, so you don't want to rely on a caution to catch back up.
No, that's very
I tell you what,
true,
these
too.
top four cars, I mean, like I said, there's teammates versus teammates. They have shuffled lanes and they have shuffled each other, and right now it looks like Cola and Private Patton's got the better end of it. They broke up K-Towny and Nub.
Now, what do you think, though, Mike, by these guys racing so hard up here for the lead, battling for position, switching back and forth? Do you think they're eating the tires up and eating the, you know?
I mean, I think no matter what, they're gonna, like you said, you got to pit anyway, so burn them. Just making enough to make them to the one stop, you know, and I think they're all caliber drivers. They know what they're doing.
We got something that's very unpeculiar.
Icy cutting the grass again.
We have one viewer. That's not normal for a cup race. We normally have upwards of 10 to 15.
I blame iRacing and the pros.
Oh, that's probably true. They are doing that invitational race tonight too, aren't they?
Yeah.
But we also get a lot of people that go back and rewatch the race Wide Open. So we'll get a lot of views. But Cola up here, most laps led in this race. Private Patton fell back a little bit, worked his way back up there. He's looking pretty good. Now these cars are... Oh,
somebody shout Country Caliber. I do not think that was a signal. I think that may have been looseness for a little bumping. On board here on the HUD cam of the number 4 car and watching that. Looks like Duck's making inside on 21. He's let off. Good to see a bunch of blue ovals out there up front.
Piss on you, Mike. Piss on you.
Darkwing is signaling to pit. Looks like he will be entering pit road this lap.
This doesn't have that fuel mileage of that bow tie, man.
There he is.
Oh, and I think
safely
Nubby coming down with them too, so 2 takers. So these guys are going to have to work together.
Is that a bow tie going with the blue oval? Making you eat crow real quick, didn't they?
I think that Nubby's thumb slipped off the controller. That's all it was.
Oh.
Hunty Wild in a Toyota behind the Chevrolet and another Toyota. Again, these guys, no signal from the lead back yet.
We do have window open. I would assume that's why they did pit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that strategy works out.
Mo Power Disaster looking really strong in this 20. Raced the Phoenix race the other night. He had himself a good run going, and then got clipped and made some damage.
There's a lot of signaling.
Big signal, and I didn't see one from the leader. Will Cola stay out? Is he going to try to trap him? But these guys will be on fresher tires than him. Oh, Mo Power hanging on to it.
Busy pit road. Busy.
Oh, Disaster came dirt tracking in on that thing Wide Open. Did you see that?
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 cars on pit road now.
On board with Cola. See if he signals even though he's by himself.
Signals.
Yep, as the professional he thinks he is. I'm just kidding. Close buddy of mine. He does very well. So that
Well, now
extra
we got
lap.
Duck and Nub over here running with each other. We'll see how they cycle through here.
Now, did Country Caliber and Crab Leg, Hunty, did they already
still
pick?
out.
Yeah, did they pick? Because I think that would.
They're the leaders now, but they will have to pit here shortly.
Here comes Country.
Here comes the big
signal.
7-car pack coming out. It looks like Duck's going to have the lead coming once the other guys pit.
I think that Krabby went to signal there, but because Country was below him. So that will not be a penalty because he did try to signal, but he didn't want to wreck the car right below him. So, but he did try to signal. So that pack's coming in. K-Taddy also with them. So we'll give it a lap or two here real quick while I pause for station identification. You guys take it away, and we'll see how this cycles out for the lead.
Looks like cycling out, Duck, Nub, and NRG will be coming out in front of Cola. They should be your new leaders now. And there's a big space between them and fourth place of, let's see what that is. Has Dsmith pitted yet?
Yes, he did. He pitted, right at the end of that fuel run. And I was very surprised to see that he went that long with no draft help. It's interesting to see if he can catch back up.
You got that pack of 3 there leading the race with Nub and NRG and Duck. Looks like Mo Power Disaster and Private Patton. Looks like they caught up on the draft. They're going to be hooking up. We'll have a 5-car pack on the lead lap. Behind Private Patton, we got the... Let's see here. Looks like Cola with the freshest tires of them. And see if he can catch up into their draft. We might be, by the end of this, we might have them all back together.
Yep, some of those cars lost a lot of time, it looks like, on the track and making those late pit stops. So it looks like Dsmith has actually caught the back end, the tail end of this run.
We got Nuka and Cola working together to try to catch that lead pack there. 5-car lead pack. Looks like NRG's coming up for the move for the lead. NRG's your new leader.
And he had himself a good run at Phoenix the other night to get himself a podium finish. So does that put NRG, Nubby, and Darkwing the top 3 with Disaster and Private Patton?
Private Patton. Yep, and then you got Cola and the 10-car moving up to catch their draft.
Yep, he does have fresh tires, but so does the pack behind them, so they've even got fresher tires.
Working together, they got the bigger pack. Looks like they're being led by the 38 of Tackleberry with Wicked Gatekeeper behind them and Hunty and Country. And you got Dsmith and Taddy working together behind them, trying to stay in the draft with the pack in front of them. They get hooked up right, they could potentially make a lot of moves to maybe sniff that draft on that lead pack.
Yeah,
looks like they're going to be picking up Icy here shortly.
The more the merrier in the draft, as we all know that for the
got Nub underneath the 21. Looks like he's now going to take the lead. He's got a 3 Private Patton pushing him, Duck pushing him.
Yeah, Disaster's hanging on to the outside. That 21 back there, but the Nubby and that 24 Hendricks car wide open, looking real good. Seeing a little squiggle right there, but again, guys, he's on a controller, and we give him a lot of grief in the chats and everything, but man, guy really is doing it on one hand. He used to be the one-handed sniper, and when he said one-handed sniper, he is just disgusting when it comes to shooting people at a different game. Oh, the 14! That clips Duck. I think he might have clipped the apron right there.
Yeah, stream-wise, you can't see the sliding or not, but it looks like he might have got loose or hit the apron, got loose.
Clip that grass just a little bit, something, yeah. Wow. That's going to set back that 22 of Darkwing Duck, who was a last week's Custom Cup winner at Canadian.
Right now, for sure.
Quack.
Looks like he's going to stay in the draft with D and Taddy, though, but you know he's got to have some damage after that one.
Yeah, and damage does affect these cars wide. You know that.
Oh, it definitely does. You try to keep that car as clean as possible. Sometimes if I'm following a guy, I'll even leave a tenth and a half between us just to make sure I keep that nose clean.
Don't say nothing now, but here I see a 41 machine catching up to the lead pack here and making it back to a 5-car pack as Private Patton goes below Nub to take the lead. Nub
Yeah, I
holding the
just saw that
outside.
too. It looked like it gave him just a little bit of a love tap right there. Pushes Nub up. NRG trying to get to this inside. NRG's got Disaster behind him, and that is correct. Cola Motorsports, the sweatiest guy in Heat 5, pulls to that inside.
Yeah.
He's going to join the party.
There you see it. You get knocked up off that bottom and to the outside. Everybody just runs that train below you, and it's so hard to get back in.
And every position is so valuable too, because you never know when it's going to take. So you can take what you can get when you can get it there. But yeah, Nubby just goes from the lead, pulls back into that 5th spot. NRG trying to get Disaster to go with him to the inside. Now the next victim of the freight train will be Disaster, as NRG has Cola Motorsports and Nubby giving him a push.
We got 1, 2, 3, 7-car pack working side by side. It looks like they might be catching up to Icy here, running on him as they catch up. They're making ground on. I
think that's
looks like Nuka Bob.
Oh,
yeah,
Crab Leg, it looked like got pushed up there. Let me try if I can get back there. Yeah, Crab Leg got pushed up because he was right there, so that means Dsmith and Taddy are going to catch him.
Looks like the 41 might be lagging a little bit.
41 drops down the apron.
And he went through the grass right there. I just saw it. He's staying on the apron, letting all these guys go by. He's probably not happy right now, but very respectful to his competitors here. Oh, yeah, Nuka in that 10 car.
And here comes Icy and them. They're going to hook up with that 3-car pack that fell victim of that lag. And I feel bad about these two in the front because now you got a train coming.
Yeah, but now those guys, they've been experienced enough to know that if they stay single file, they can try to pull away. But these guys behind them, again, when they get racing dicey like this, that's going to give them a chance. But the leader right now, they said, nope, no single file for us. The 21 of NRG goes for the lead. Here comes Patton right back to his inside. Mustang crime down the backstretch here at Atlanta.
Side draft.
Oh, they touched just a little bit, but that's just racing. NRG's going to pull right back down to it.
Oh, yeah, they're making up ground now. They picked up with Nuka. Here they come with that. Like I said, these guys get racy. They're going to see a big trend they don't want to see. How many laps we got going there, Tony? 10 laps to go.
I think the other thing that y'all have to keep in mind is that whole second pack, they all pit within a lap or so of each other, but those guys out in the front right now have the oldest tires on the track.
Yes, sir.
So that's another not good factor behind not having the quantity and numbers right there wide, but being on that old baloney's right there, not a good situation for them.
Definitely not, but I think they got a big enough lead that if they stayed single file, they'll easily finish the stage 1-2.
Little contact between the 4 and the 38 back there, but it's just going to push 38 up the track. He's still going to be able to get back in the draft. Now the 24 and the 88 trying to get hooked up. Here comes 4 down on the low side behind that 11. That is Country Caliber and Wicked Gatekeeper. They are going to push the 24 and the 88 to the outside. Low Power Disaster. It's got Dsmith behind them. Yeah, it's coming to under 10 to go. It's going to get crazy.
Oh, yeah. You got Nuka leading this train, and I don't know if they're closing up as much as I thought they would.
Things that happen here at C.R.I.N.G.E. at Atlanta, Season 6, guys. Said, why is it? You said you really like this track, and it's always produced good racing. Knock on wood with no commentator's curse, but we have still been clean and green tonight. No yellow flags.
Yeah, no. I think as long as guys can, give and take where they should, it should be a good caution-free race. I think the biggest issue will be pit stops. Being so close together like that and not getting run over when you dip off the pit.
Yep, and now the Icy leading this big pack. Well, the 88
Yeah.
and the 9 have hooked up. Tackleberry has worked his way back up in there. He was behind the 4 of Wicked, that lead pack. Now up here, NRG says, I'm not going to let you go run away with this. They racing like this. We know it's going to let that pack catch him, but the pack behind him is getting side by side. Battle for the lead, as if it were right now. If the yellow flag were to come out in real life, that would be NRG. NRG is credited with leading that lap. Can he hold that inside? What does that 14 have on the outside with those older tires, like Mike was saying? He's going to back it off just a little bit and come. Oh, I thought it was going to pull back down behind him. No, he likes that second lane. Something else that is good on tires here is running a little bit higher here.
Oh, definitely coming to 4 to go. There's no reason to stay in line. They got such a big lead. You know, if I'm one of those front 2, I'm really fighting now for this stage win.
Yeah, I don't want to take away from this, but I want to go back there and see what's going on. So we got to be coming in at least, 3 to go, right, Teddy?
4 right now.
4 to go for them there. So this is 4 to go at the line. The 14 gets a great drive, pulls right up to the NRG 21 Mobile, and he's been able to pull to the outside. NRG's going to have the quote-unquote preferred line, but we've seen that second lane work so well. Private Pat and the NRG Mobile looking for a great battle for the stage 1.
Wicked working his way to 3rd. He's now leading that Mexican piss whistle. And here they come around turn 1 there. It looks like Tay-Tatty and the 38 working their way. They holding the bottom up there. Now Tay-Tatty moved up the middle. Tay-Tatty was holding back for a little while. Looks like now he's wanting those stage points.
Dsmith and Hunty make a little contact. Let's go back up to the front right here. NRG still leading. So going to be a little confusing as we go back to the lead pack, back to the big pack back here. 19 of Crab Legs, and now worked his way up behind the 73 of the Trash King himself, Hunty Wild. Wicked Gatekeeper in 3rd, Icy right behind him.
Nub going in for a pit stop.
Well, he can do that. Maybe he's trying something. Maybe he's trying something. If he comes out, you know, let's see how that pans out for him. Back up to the lead pack. Private Pat is now back around NRG. Pulls about half a car on him. 2 to go at the line.
There they are. Nub coming off pit road. Looks like they'll put him a lap down, which is all right. He'll be the only car lap down entering stage break.
I mean, that's a bold move, but I kind of like it. NRG way loose coming up the corner.
That's going to allow Wicked to make up some time. I think
I'm back on board with Wicked, who's got Icy, Caliber, Hunty, Crab Leg, Disaster, Tackleberry. This pack is big games. Yeah, so Private Patent. Then we got NRG. Battles up there. I think it might be Wicked because the 17-4 Mustang battle is going on. I think Wicked's going to get it.
Wicked
so we know the Icy and the Country
fourth,
Caliber. And
now, guys, if you're the 24 car who pitted, what do you do here? I mean, if you're down 1 lap anyway, if you are the free pass car, do you pit again?
Well, the tires are free today, so
they are free. Now, if I was only down 1 lap, I would definitely pit and try to get some more adjustments. But if I did happen to fall 2 down, I got to stay and take that wave around.
I agree with that. But yeah, if he's only 1 lap down, come get him. That's going to put Nubby at the back again, our pole setter. But Wicked Gatekeeper sitting in the 3rd spot with Icy 4th. Private Pat, NRG, those are the top 4, but Private Pat and NRG were leading the pack as we're going to rack them and stack them here. Nuka Bob with Country Caliber, Hunty Wild, Tackleberry, Crab Legs, all of them right here. Let's see how the patience work for these guys. I know going through these corners is kind of difficult sometimes. You might actually have to check off that throttle not to get into somebody, even though your tendency is, yeah, it's Atlanta. I can leave the old hammer and pedal down.
Yeah, restarts, are getting excited. It was exciting at the start of the race. I see once we start getting these guys hooked up again, we're going to see some shuffling again, I believe. Right now we got 2 teammates leading 1-2, helping each other with Wicked pushing the 14. Looks like Country and Nuka working together here, and we're getting a straight line on the back stretch. We'll see what moves we make on around coming into 3. We can go on a little too high. It's gonna looks like Nuka gonna come up and help him.
Even though you're not teammates, you know, you don't want to jeopardize losing any positions. So if you can help somebody else use their draft, you're helping them help you at the same time. Wicked pulls back down there to third. Country Caliber, Daddy himself up to third. For a second now, trying to make a move on the inside of Patton. Here comes the 11 car. Toyota Mustang battle. Mustang goes to the outside. Here comes an NRG. Again, one of the strong runners from the first stage. Finishes second. He's moving to the inside. Hunty Wild, Nuka Bob right behind him. Icy, and it looked like that was Dsmith. That is your top 6. Country Caliber is still the leader. Look at this battle, man. These guys are, you know, they said, we got 4 freshies. Let's run with it.
Again, like I said, we're going to see a lot of shuffling. Go ahead, Wide.
Yeah, Country definitely trying to get that Toyota power out front, and right now he's got preferred line. He's got the nose out front, and right now for a few laps until somebody challenges him, he's going to be looking good.
Yeah, Wicked now getting freight train to the outside. Same thing with Private Pat and Country Caliber with his buddy NRG and Hunty right behind them. That's how quick things can happen here at Atlanta. That inside line looking very strong. Pico staying to the outside, trying to push Wicked Gatekeeper to the inside. 20 of Disaster is going to be pushing his tail in, and it looks like we got one more car trying to get up to the 20. That is Darkwing Duck. The Quackmaster himself, 38 of Tackle Barrett. Yeah, good guy. I haven't talked to him for a while. Sticking right there. It doesn't look like we've lost any cars off the pace here, Wide, so everybody's trying to be up here. Everybody should be on the lead lap.
Yeah, everybody is definitely in the same pack there, looking good. I do think we still got a car or two down a lap, but I'm sure they're trying to work their way up, trying to hug that inside and pick off positions and really try to get to that front before our next caution.
Country Caliber has the 21 of NRG pushing him. The 10 of Nuka Bob. The Mr. Main Guy himself. Up to third. Private Patton says, don't forget about me. I want to get back up there and lead laps. And something we have not very seen too much. Hunting not leading any laps, but this race is still early as these guys are going 3 wide back in the pack. Hunting's a very patient person, and he's very good on customs and presets, so no surprise to see him in the top 5, but it is a little surprise not to see him have a lap led.
I heard on the radio chatter 73 requested a DP while hitting stage break, so it looks like he's happy and energized now. 21 up in the wall.
What do you mean? Oh, Hunty, he loves his Dr. Peppers. Country Caliber still in lead. Nuka Bob now up to second. Private Patton, now Nuka is trying to hold on. But no, he's going to move. If he gets to the inside of that 11, the 11 pulls a good job, pulls down and block it. But that was going to give him a shuffle to the back of the pack. Couple guys, Dsmith, Crableg, and NRG, trying to utilize that high line, make it work. They go single file down the backstretch again, break off into 2x2 wide open. These guys are not giving it up. But the big pack up front, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars that are about 2 cars off the pace. Cole leading that, but as long as they can stay in the draft, they should be there.
Oh, they're back in it now.
Well, it's definitely interesting, and this second stage, you know, it's only 1 lap shorter than the first, so I suspect that you'll see the same strategy, just 1 pit stop. Most guys will run as far as they can. Some guys may try to chop it exactly in half. I would expect that most everybody, after being on pit road twice, has got the adjustments all that they needed. So I just think it's going to be a very, very interesting for this stage.
And seeing, you know, people know what strategy worked in the first stage. We'll see if they adjust their pit strategies to the second stage to match what the leaders did at the end of the first stage.
And what Wide Open was talking about, too, as we all know, presets. Your first, you know, in some races you don't have to pit in lower series, obviously, but not having a custom, you're out there literally on that slider 1 through 9. You can't wait to come down Put some tape on there, lower the tire pressures down. A lot of people play with wedge, something I try to stay away from because that comes out to bite you in the long run, but some people do it too, but they could not wait to get that in there. Now after a couple pit stops for Nubby and stuff, he has worked his way back up to the front too. Oh, a little bit of contact with Disaster, but Nubby's got himself a nice little hot rod trying to work his bag back to one. And yeah, these guys all have, I'd hope, at least 80% of their adjustments in wide.
Oh, definitely. Those adjustments can be very important. There's been times when I've run a slider race, and I've made 3 stops in the first stage just to try to get it all in.
Tire pressure here is such a thing too, Mike. If you make a big adjustment, you're like click, 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 and it just still doesn't seem to get there. So like plate tracks, it takes a couple pit stops to get your tire pressures up.
Oh, definitely. Sometimes you wish there was a max button to where you just hit that for that one quick go. And, you know, even if you didn't want to be at max, it'd be quicker to go back down than to try to go all the way up.
And I like it. I like that. So if these guys are listening next year, but the number 9 of Taddy makes his way around that 73 of Hunty. Taddy now on a mission to get back up to the front, but the battle for the lead. Here we go. Country Caliber and Nuka. And so many cars tonight. Great turnout. Nuka Bob, lap credited lead right there. He is the new leader. Private Patton pushing him. Country Caliber trying to get back down to the side. Can't do it. Here comes Hunty to help save him on the outside just a little bit. Taddy giving that Chevrolet everything he's got, but the draft just worked. I think Country just made 2 car pass in one right there. 2 for 1.
That a 20 car of Mo Power Disaster just lost an engine or something. He's on pit road and he's not moving.
Yeah, he's probably not a happy Disaster right now if that's happening.
What a disaster.
That is a disaster. I like it, Mike. Yeah. Oh! Dsmith, it looked like he's up in the wall.
Oh,
is that a
he's
lag?
back in the wall.
He did a good job of keeping it up there, staying off of somebody. I don't know if he hit the apron or somebody got to him, but he did a great job of keeping it up there. But Dsmith, once again,
this is his home track, too.
At Atlanta.
This is his home track. He recovered once. He can probably recover again. Rumor has it his hauler from his Xfinity win from a couple seasons ago is still sitting in the garage.
It's got champagne and confetti all over it. Yeah, this is his home track. Really likes it. City almost wished he went to the race Sunday because one of his drivers, too, ended up winning that thing. But now
That's
we got
his
the
favorite driver, yeah.
Yeah. With the 9 up pushing Patton to the outside of Hunty, giving that 11 a shove. 22 of the Quackmaster himself, and then 19 worked his way back up. Let's not take away from that 38. Tackleberry up here in the top 10, running real strong. Top 7. So these guys, I mean, hold on to it just a little bit. But
Nuka coming
Nuka
down.
leading.
He got the push and came down and
he clips the apron. That's going to cost him just a little bit. That skid's going to move him up to the second lane. Country Caliber, and he clips the wall.
Oh, he cuts down just a little bit. Oh, there's a rock.
Tackleberry, Cola.
Tackleberry, Wick,
wide open.
41. That's got to throw a caution. Throw it out. Throw it.
Our first
that was
caution
the
of
big
night.
one at Atlanta.
Yeah, our first caution of the night, brought to you by the commentator's curse, wide open.
Yeah, definitely looks like about 32 to go. So after we get back green, it'll be about 30. Will some guys try to stretch that fuel and tires to go all 30 laps?
And will these guys be just involved when they fix their damage, Mike?
Yeah, pit road is busy right now. Pit crew's already getting the backup cars out and ready for a lot of damage on all these vehicles that was collected there.
Except for you can't bring a backup car out in the middle of a race.
You can in cringe. As a team owner, we went through plenty of trucks a couple weeks ago.
Country Caliber and Nuka Bob going to lead us down. So we're rack 'em to stack 'em after our first yellow. Here we go. Darkwing and Crab Legs, your top 4. Behind them, Private Pat and NRG. Go ahead, White. Sorry.
Which do you think would be easier for those drivers to conserve? Will it be the tires or the fuel? I mean, we start off with 28 laps of fuel. We got 29 to go in this second stage.
Or somebody had lagged.
I mean, I feel like that's a little bit of a mixed boat here. A lot of people want to run full throttle, but if you blip it through the corners a couple times, you can save that extra lap or two of fuel. I mean, a tire. But at the same time, these guys stay in the draft. Doing that, they might be able to save that extra little bit of fuel too. So maybe seeing these guys hang back and then, like I said, not run it wide open around here.
Ooh.
No
Winner
pun
of that
intended, wide
caution
open.
would be gotten up. I think he's back on the lead lap now.
Personally, I feel that the fuel is quite doable. I think the biggest problem will be those tires. If you don't have a well-balanced right side, I mean, you might burn up the front or the rear faster than the other and prevent you from getting those laps.
Yeah, and we're now seeing Hunty work his way to that second spot, and I like that too. In the Xfinity race the other night, after pit strategy and everything worked out, I ran the high line, and I conserved those tires, and I was watching where, I believe it was Bill Power Cowboy was behind me, and once he got to a certain time frame, that's when I was able to go back and run the car out. So how many people are going to use that high line and conserve the tires to get there too? But Hunty trying to desperately get up there and get some lap sled, something that he's not used to seeing a lot. His cars in front of him is Darkwing Duck, Crab Lake, and Private Pat, and now the top 5. Pico and Gator, the Virgin himself, running that Valvoline 88 car up here, trying to get up there, and he's got his teammate of Cape Teddy behind him. Where'd Nub go? Nub's fired.
Nub was riding behind the 41 there, looking to the inside, coming on the front stretch.
That's not a bad person to run behind there. Wide is Cole. I mean, Cole worked his way to the front, so why not help him work your way to the front with him?
And with Cola falling to the back like that, I'm, maybe he is trying to conserve those tires and fuel.
He's very good on his strategy too. You know how he can do this, but I see him in the middle of the pack. Oh, one car, I think Dsmith, was it Dsmith or 38 a tackle? I think that was tackle right there. Gets a little hot just up there, but Dsmith, of all things, nobody wanted to see that caution except for D. That got him back up here and got him a chance to fix the damage after he stayed in the wall respectfully to keep it off of everybody.
Oh, definitely, and I think the 24 got the free pass on that caution, so that definitely worked out great for him as well.
So he should be back on the lead lap as he's right behind IC now too, as they're making a move to the inside of that 38 at tackle. Tackle does a great job of trying to hold on to it, but no, 24 says I'm going with the 38 and staying up there. The 17 touches Tackleberry just a little bit. I do believe that is team captain and driver right there. Team captain just moved his own driver out of the way. I might have to go put my own head in ice water if I was a captain after taking out their driver, Mike.
I don't know. I've never done it before. Definitely at Bristol.
Well, that 7 car definitely knows that if he's not in the top 5, he don't get no stage points, so he really wants to try to get up there.
Nuka Bob was up here. He led some laps. He's behind Dsmith, who's behind Taddy, who's behind Crab Leg right there. But the leader, Country Caliber, he's got
a lot of lead
behind
changes
him.
this race, which is fun to watch.
Yeah, this has been a very good race, very entertaining. Even after pit stops, they still grouped back up and tried to track down the leaders, So thanks to both watchers out there right now. But yeah, I do believe there's a lot of people out there watching the iRacing Invitational Dirt Bristol race. We always have a pretty good turnout most nights.
Some guys that are like myself, if you're busy or whatever, I tend to always go back afterwards and watch those streams and see how the races played out. And even like real NASCAR, even though if I get spoiled and somebody tells me who won, I still go back and just see how it got to that point.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. Especially in the chats when somebody's favorite driver wins, you're like, "Oh no, don't tell me!" But I want to go back. I want to see how it panned out.
Good save by the 14 there. It looked like he got shot down below the line and got back up.
Big battle back here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the 22 was signaling the pit or the 14 was, but
I think they got
went by. They passed by his pit road, so obviously they must have just got loose.
The 9 goes with his teammate, the 88, right there. Trying to make that high line work, and they got NRG pushing in behind there, trying to get in that trap. Dsmith to the inside. 21 of NRG's going to go with Dsmith to the inside right there. Caddy can't get down and be in front of him and get it cleared. Oh, contact being made back here with the 24.
24.
Yep. Hold on to her, boys.
Oh, Cola took advantage of that one.
Yeah, I was trying to flip all the way back there and see what happened.
24 doing a crossover, looking back inside.
There we go.
Those guys are definitely thinking now, you know, I think I got the tires to make it, the fuel to make it. It's time to race. So let's see if I can get up there.
Tackleberry, Cola, Icy, Wicked Gatekeeper, and Got Nub. Oh, battling back here. They're leaving it. They're not putting anything, leaving anything behind here now, guys. These guys are fighting for it.
That overhead cam, it's really cool to see the runs that these guys are getting. Oh, Wicked's up in the wall.
Except for, yeah, as soon as I say that, one car gets a little whopper jawed. Who was that?
Wicked Gatekeeper.
Wicked
Gatekeeper of the gays.
Yeah, we are doing the overhead right there.
He's on a pit. Yeah.
Tackle making a move to the inside of Icy. Doesn't touch his team captain as a payback. Sure, they're talking with each other. So Wicked Gatekeeper will. We know he'll be able to make it, but obviously he'll be.
Oh, we got some signaling. Let's see who's going down there. It looks like I forgot. Looks like Nuka Bobble, Pittin, and Patton.
Patton too. So that's going to say something.
The Ford camp is starting to pit early again.
So if those guys are pitting, Private Patton's pitting, you can only assume these guys will probably have to too, especially being the lead pack. Pushing as hard as they have. The guys in the back might have tried to save a little bit there wide, but
I don't know. Some of those manufacturers do better on fuel mileage. It'd be interesting to see. That was a couple of Fords. If the Chevys can get a little better fuel economy.
Well, they get everything better than a Ford. More horsepower, more torque, better fuel economy, better looking. They get you more ladies when you drive through the drive-through. I mean. Sorry, Mike. He does this.
But that memory 11 Toyota of Country Caliber up front, he's enjoying this lead as now but it's very hard to try to save. So it'd be interesting to see if he does have to pit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check that out.
Looks like Wicked and Nuka and Private Patton's all gonna be hooking up together, coming off the pits.
Hunting.
What's happened?
There we go. My controller decided to be fully charged and just want to not work. I forgot this is not the controller that you want to have for doing a broadcast because this is my not friendly controller. It likes to shut itself off. We'll put it like that. I have another name for it, but...
What is it?
I'm on air.
I've never heard of that name before.
Yeah. I can't say it. I'm on air. How's that? But anyways, yep, these guys still up here leading and haven't pitted yet. Seeing what's happening.
Yeah. I've been watching Boom Vision to see if anybody's gonna signal. Looks like we got 3 groups of 3 or 4. So some people definitely trying to save it seems like as they fall. We had one big pack and now we've got people falling off pace, and I'm sure that's intentional.
Well, here we are. We're down to 10 to go. Still a lot of cars out on track. So far I've only seen 3 or 4 actually pit.
Country Caliber's got a half a car on Hunty Wild. Quack is now back there in 3rd, still falling off just a little bit. Until in the 4th position is Crab Legs. Again, last week's winner. And he again is, I mean, they started to separate like you said, maybe just that 10th a bit, you know. Some of them might be a little bit more wide, but just that little bit. Do you feel that you use less fuel or more fuel by having that gap or being straight on somebody's rear bumper?
You know, you want that little gap. You take it a little easier on corner entry and get that draft to pull you off, which is where the stronger draft things really help for, saving.
Icy going down pit road, and he's going to be getting some tires and some fuel. Or maybe not fuel, but... Oh, we got another car falling off. Looks like Tackleberry, maybe? Yeah, Tackleberry. He's come down pit road.
Yeah, I kind of like what you said there too, White. If you're pushing somebody, but that draft, even and we see it at high draft tracks or draft dependent tracks, that you can run plate tracks almost half throttle or 3/4 throttle and still use that draft to pull you in, and you're not turning the RPM, burning that fuel. So maybe we're starting to see that a little bit, but I would only have to assume that unless Hunty Wild is in a chat with Caliber and they are both trying to figure out how to conserve and let off, which it doesn't look like they're doing. Country definitely is going to have to pit. I think Hunty might have the best chance at making it by keeping that gap in that draft, but I feel like Country was definitely going to have to pit. As like you said, we're under 10 to go here.
Somebody else signaling the pit. Dsmith, he will be going down pit road.
Clack has fallen off just a little bit, and as right as we say that, look, that 73 gets to the rear bumper. The rear bumper of the 11. Pushing him in through the corner. They run up just a little bit, almost lane and a half off of that yellow line, trying to avoid hitting that apron and bumping up into people.
Yeah, no, and this time by, they become the 5 to goal, so I got to think that if they're still out there now, they totally intentionally to run this thing out.
I agree, but we'll have to see how it pans out for them. Money Mike, what are your under-over on a tornado, bud?
I'm going to say over. We're definitely going to be having one near me.
Wouldn't that be called a water spout if you're out there in the water?
It don't have to be on the water to have wind. A tornado really can hit land and mess with me.
Oh, you're that close?
Oh, yeah, I'm at a dock.
Oh, well, I didn't know you were docked right now.
Yeah.
Well, that would explain that. So
I got 2 nuclear bombs sitting right next to me.
Fantastic. Oh, there it is. I do believe the leader signaled.
It definitely looks that way. Coming to 3 to go, signaling. What does he do? Does he just take fuel only, or?
I mean, I can only imagine half a can. I mean, if you went that long on tires, well, you kind of do what Nubby did. You could kind of do what Nubby did. Maybe go down because you pitted before the 2 to go. Get 4 freshies and get that strategy to come back out. But now Hunty,
a lot
signaling.
Of people. Looks like Crab Legs. The only him and Taddy are there. I don't know if they're.
Wait a minute. Did Hunty pit? Did he? Was that 2 to go?
That's coming
2 to go.
Okay, so Hunty, yeah, but I mean, maybe he could do 4 tires.
So it looks like Duck's gonna try to push it. Taddy, Crab.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think everybody, if they're pitting, they got to do at least two tires, because I think tires is the real problem.
I think you want to try to get it in and out and stay on that lead lap, because if not, we will have some trap lappers.
Who's leading right now?
Duck.
Darkwing.
Darkwing.
He looks like he's slowing down tremendously.
Yep. And he makes contact with the 9.
He just took the 1 to go. He's really trying to baby those tires, I guess.
Hunter mainly out there. We know him as Flirt with Disaster.
And there we have that number 9 Chevy Camaro pulling out front. Does he have enough to do it?
I ran out. I just ran out. The 19 caught me when I ran out.
Crab leg going through the grass. Maybe he blew a tire.
No, caught the rear end of me as it sputtered.
So, top 5 is what, Taddy?
Taddy, Crab, Cola, Darkwing, P-Cola.
Whoa, there it is.
How many people trapped a lap down?
I don't know until it does. It was still doing the deal. From 6th on back.
Holy cow.
And Puddin, there you have it. That Chevy did get the best fuel mileage.
Things you love to see in life.
I think the 19 had better fuel. When I ran out of fuel, it sputtered, and he actually caught my rear end. That's what sent him through the grass.
So the
Oh,
Toyota had the best.
so the
He was on,
Toyota
he
might
was
be,
on the
but
outside of me, and I sputtered, and he went to cross me over, and he caught my rear end. But there's nothing I could do. I was out of fuel. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And there we have the top 5. Taddy, Crab Leg, Cola Motorsports, Pete Cola, and Darkwing Duck.
Who's
Everybody
getting the
chose
lucky
to
dog?
pit. Hunty gets the lucky dog, but everyone chose to pit. So nobody did a waiver round.
So right now we got 6 cars on the lead lap.
here we go, guys. Rack 'em and stack 'em. Stage 3, current Season 6, Preset Cup in Atlanta. Don't forget to stay tuned. The custom guys will be on the other side of the United States. They are going west, as the custom guys will be in at Phoenix or ISM, the Cactus. But look at that, Taddy out there. Got his teammate now working with him. Can Nubby get back up there? Crab Leg still trying to go there too. Crab Leg just got kicked out of the KMS chat the other night, even though he had no business being after he left the key behind. Walked out, put it under the concrete goose, and flipped us the middle finger early this season to go join Country Caliber. Country Caliber back there still, but the 41 Cola Motorsports now taking the lead. The Cola Gang too. What does that? What did the Cola Gang do? They call themselves the Cola Gang. They are friends, but P Cola Gator is running with his teammate who is trying to get not freight train to the outside. Here comes the 21 of NRG to the inside. Quackmaster still in second. Cola Motorsports back to the lead. Everybody's still in a one bit pack here, guys.
Yeah, it's so hard to make that outside work with that draft. It's like everybody just dips down and they just want to train you.
Yeah, I just wanted to race the actual line, not
But
just
this final stage is 59 laps. Do we see any strategy?
Absolutely, unless there's a caution or two.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that final run in stage 2 was 29 laps. Here we have 59, 29 and 30. Does anybody dare gamble to try to go 30 laps?
I mean, if you're further back in the back of the pack, yeah, why not? Why not, throw the old snake eyes out there and see what happens?
Oh, definitely. If you're in the back, you got that draft working for you a little more. You can definitely save a little more aggressively, but you definitely don't want to lose that draft because with this many laps, if you do, I mean, it could really hurt you.
Alright guys, I gotta go to bed. Sorry.
Nope, yep, you told us earlier in the pre-race you got duty and stuff like that. Go get your rest, go count some sheep, man, put your head on the pillow. Thanks for your help tonight. That is the one and only money, Mike. We know him as Mo Power Coco now, but thanks for everything you're doing for I'm certain, like I said, I'm certain to call it the family reunion, Mike, too, so thanks for what you're doing to trying to help organize everything, bud.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'll talk to you guys later, and good luck tatting you guys.
All right, we'll be keeping an eye on that weather, man. Hopefully you guys are safe tonight.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you guys later.
Something now too. The guy that just won that stage wide open, Wonder Taddy is back there. He got freight trained to the outside very quickly, and that's going to push him way back there. Well, that is Wicked Gatekeeper. He's struggling to stay right there. Something might happen. He's struggling to stay with the draft, but the 14 of Private Patton back up to that 4th position, and here comes NRG making a move on Cola for the lead.
Well, definitely, you got to be careful not to get any nose damage. If you get a little bit of nose damage and you lose that draft, but just a little bit, it can very easily get you back to where you can't hook back on.
And especially if you put a lot of tape on that in some aspects too, one piece of tape and you're overheating when you got front end damage.
Yeah. Now, we got Taddy here. He's running in 4th place, but he's actually the 7th car in line. I mean, there's 3 cars in front of him that are still down a lap. They're just fighting to get up there in front of those leaders and try to get that lap back.
Now, something that I would do with Taddy is let these lap cars go by. Don't waste your tires. Don't waste that fuel. Maybe hook onto their draft. Utilize them, trying to work them, overwork their tires.
Yeah.
The 19 is the leader. The 73 is in second. The 41 is in third. I'm in fourth.
So the 19 crab leg being shown as the leader. Everybody else again right there after that wild end of stage 2. I mean, not a caution, but I thought those guys happened to pit trying to stretch. It cost them a little bit wide.
Oh, it did. And that's just it. You almost got to know what your car's capable of. Practice time is so crucial. You really need to know, if I get stuck in a situation like that, can I stretch it the extra lap? Could I possibly get 2 out of it? You really got to know how to push that car.
And something else wide open too, man. Again, you raced with KMS, again, the defending champion of the Xfinity Series Custom last year. Yeah, I started working today, but man, I can almost always jump on, and during a race day, you put a lot of hours in practice in like these guys do to know what your car is going to do, know the fuel strategy, know your tires. So some of these guys that are up there in that top 6 might want to let these guys go by, but yeah, practice, and I know you do a lot of that.
Oh, you definitely need to get those revolutions. Even if you run sliders, preset leagues, you really need to get revolutions in that to really know what you can do. Customs, I tend to put a lot more time in, but still, if I got a slider race 1 week, I'm still putting in 30 to 40 hours trying to tweak that to really find what adjustments work the best.
And that's something that I'm going to fall victim of too, going back to work. Like you said, whether it be sliders, especially on customs, 1 click here, 1 click there on your adjustments and everything. So on my days off, I'm really going to have to put that time in to figure everything out for that custom preset, or the custom Cup car and the preset Xfinity car. But again, the leader is not NRG. He is pulling the back. Hey, look who's out there in the chat. It's our buddy, the Lego himself, Blakey T. How you doing tonight, buddy? Again, Blakey T on quarantine right now. Hope everything's going good for you and your family. He will be attending Bristol, so that's exciting. He did show me some very cool videos and pictures, especially that one of the car flipping last week. These guys go down to the Bristol dirt track wanting to put on a good show and have some fun, say they race Bristol, and then they come back with a tore-up race car, but that's racing. Anything can happen at any given second on the racetrack. Nobody is a mind reader. The magic 8-ball does not work in racing.
But those Fords definitely got some power right now. The front 5 running cars are all Fords. A couple of them are, on the tail end and whatnot, but they're really working together here to try to get away.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to fire you from the booth because you just said Ford and power in the same sentence, buddy. But no, maybe some of these guys, too, that were on the lead lap said, hey, go get your lead, as long as we stay in the draft with you, go you overwork your car, overwork those tires, burn that fuel up, and we'll stay back there and say, oh, Hunty Wild in that bright green car gets loose, hits the wall, comes down, clips the 24 of Nubby. Nubby will maintain the stay on the back of that draft pack, but can Hunty Wild do it in that bright line green car tonight? That is not good for him. Maybe this will put him in the save mode too to make sure he can get to the end. He's very good on strategy like you are, Wide.
Yeah, and right now we got the 41 car leading. He's actually running 4th in the line there, so the 3 cars in front of him are on the tail end of the lead lap. They're just basically they're praying for a caution to try to catch back up.
Master of Light, thanks for tuning in. He said he's been watching Hunty's stream. It's lagging bad. Someone need to inform him of that. So if you're out there, Hunty, a little bit of a lag. So thank you, Master, for tuning in. And Blakey T said if he had a ride in preset Cup, he'd be whooping him. Well, you've only got 3 wins on the season this year in Xfinity. That's not enough to impress us here at KMS to get yourself in the Cup again. Sorry, buddy. You need at least 9 wins, But now, look, these guys racing Country Caliber and Wicked Gatekeeper back there. Taddy leached onto the back of the 22 car. They pulled 3 or 4 car links out. Everybody else going side by side. Not good. Everybody in that top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 car pack. They have started to go single file for the most part as one car, Cola Motorsports, gets a little loose, jumps up. Here comes Dsmith to his inside. So that he's going to keep up there. That's going to give the guys behind him an opportunity to try to catch back up. But here comes Taddy on that high side. Again, that high lane here at Atlanta helps save that, even on 2 times tire wear, helps save those right sides at least 1% or 2 a lap. I do know that from the other night.
Hey, Puddin, just to help you out, the 19's the leader, 41 second, 22 third, 9 fourth.
So Taddy's
We're
in
all in line right
4th,
here.
the
That's all
41 now right in front of him, but the 19 of legs. Crab legs. I think that sounds a lot better than, well, maybe I've known him for so long. I think it would be weird to say pig legs, cow legs. Crab legs just sounds good, but the 19 car is leading. That's right. In order to go to Cup, you're going to have to Briscoe that thing next year, Blakey T. You're going to have to pull the Briscoe. But Crableg is appearing in that 5th position. It's actually the leader. 41 Acola battling for position right there with him. 24 and Nub trying to move to the inside. Taddy right there too. Now he's got the 24 pulled on. The 41 to the outside. He's going to full back. KMS cars sitting back here. Now they are going to hook up. I'm sure they're going to try to work together. Crablegs still out there lead the 22 of the Quackmaster himself. Darkwing Duck gets a little loose. Forces Taddy high. That's going to make him lose his trio of teammates right behind him, or duo of teammates for the trio of KMS. Darkwing Duck absolutely murders the 9 car on accident. The 9 car heavy damage into the wall, no caution, and it didn't look intentional. I think he just got a little loose.
Yeah, and that was bad too, because that 9 car was up to 3rd, you know, looking to possibly get to the lead on that high side. He was running pretty good there. He had some speed built up.
And it was our stage 2
break.
winner. Yeah, tough break for him, but what does that do? He has to come down and fix the damage.
Yep.
Championship implications, as everybody likes to say, wide open tonight here at Atlanta for our Precept Cup guys. Crableg still looks like he's the leader. Quackmaster in the 22 makes contact with the 9, takes the 9 off the pace. 24 on the inside, the 88 in Country Caliber right there with him. The 88 is Peak Gator. Country Caliber running his traditional ugly normal paint schemed 11 car.
And we're definitely getting to the point where pit stops are going to start to happen. You know, it's a spot where, you know, if you know you got to make 2 pit stops, you know, I would have chopped it evenly into 3 runs. But a lot of guys is running it close to the center here, so definitely pit stops happening in the next 2 to 5 laps.
Yeah, I think I just saw the 24 signal. I don't know if he got loose. He did signal the 38 of Tackleberry also retiring for the evening. Here comes Icy right behind him. Blakey says, I need the driver, the crew chief, and the owner of the 22, the NASCAR hauler after the race, please. As we're on board with K-Taddy, and I don't know if he fixed the damage, but that thing looks like a crumpled up Keystone can, even though it's orange and black and Keystone's blue and silver. But man, that is one car that just got hooted. You want to be the hooter or not the hooted?
Oh, I'm sure he fixed it. He knows how important that aero is, so he's back off pit road, you know, 4 fresh new tires, and he's gonna be fast for a little while, and he's got clean track all around.
And with the Gatekeeper now behind the Quackmaster and the 22, Darkwing Duck gets forced up just a little bit. The 88 P. Gator, the Virgin himself, making a move, and it looks like Wicked signaling the pit too. So like you said, pit lane is now open. That might only put Taddy, a lap short, so if he can be able to save it.
Yes, definitely pit road is getting to be a very busy place, and you know, if I didn't know better, I'd say the 21 of NRG, you know, had to abort because he just drove straight down through pit road without stopping, and he's definitely signaling he's coming back in. He tough break. Right now, our leader is still Crableg in that 19 Toyota. He's still out there trying to stretch those tires and fuel it, trying to get the best out of them.
Darkwing Duck on pit lane. Hunty's still out there. Pit lane, there's Peacola Gator, the 11. 24 for Country Caliber. Nubby, they're on pit lane. The 20, the game. he retired, but 41 of Gator. Now it looks like they're coming down. 41 of Cola, excuse me. So the 14 of Private Pat, the 10 of Nuka, the 19 of Crab Legs, and the 41 all on pit lane. And it looks like Hunty's not going to be far to behind them right there from pulling in.
Yeah, looks like our leader just ducked down on pit road, the number 19. Yeah, I would assume that, those tires, they get pretty slick after a run. He'll be happy to get some new ones on and get back out.
Yeah, 4 fresh tires, belly full of fuel. You got to do it at all times. 2 tires is not a way for strategy here. If you want to make any time up at Cola, NRG now going to pull off. And I think that was... Trying to get back up there to see who that was real quick. Private Pat, and right in front of them too. So these guys might want to pay their pit crews a little bit more. Hunty Wild still on pit lane, lost a lot of time, possibly a speeding penalty. But a lot of these guys, man, they came out 2 seconds apart after they were running together. Can they hunt each other back down?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where that 21 comes back out. I mean, he had to make two runs down pit road that definitely cost him at least, a half to 3/4 of a lap. So he might possibly be, 2 laps down now.
Taddy, at your earliest convenience, I know you are driving. Who is the leader?
The leader right now is a 22 of Darkwing Duck. I think the 19 of Crab Legs is running second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's right there on the tail, too.
The 88 of Pico is actually running second right now.
Things you like to see. I like it.
Even with that little incident with K-Tad in that 9 Chevy, he's still holding on to fourth.
What's happening? One-handed sniper, a.k.a. Got Knob, just said, let's go KMS and a heart symbol. How in the hell is he texting and driving? Is he on pit lane? I'm going to have to go look at this. He is. 24, Nubby, the pole sitter. What are you doing? Well, we know who's fired. You know where to leave the keys, and you know how to fill out the unemployment forms, bud. Thanks. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Everybody knows that secret concrete goose trick out front. They all know where to go. Oh, well, there was some contact appearing with the 17, and tempers might be flaring here. So we might, instead of seeing a Hamrick Gregson situation, we don't want to see Nubby throwing a one-handed haymaker at Icy after the pit lane.
Well, we definitely got all 3 manufacturers running 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Chevy is stuck in the middle right now. That Ford out front, Toyota right behind them, and they're lined up on that bottom. Do they just try to run away from the pack and fight it out later?
I would be not banking on a caution. I wouldn't race each other too hard. I would take care of those 4 fresh rubbers and that Sunoco race fuel. You know what I'm saying? But not what we're seeing. Oh, Wicked Gatekeeper barely touches the apron, comes up and gets Dsmith. That's exactly what that was. Again, I talked to I'm not gonna say his real name, but I had to talk to Rub on him the other day, our preset Xfinity race. He left that, he was in that second lane, he left me that bottom lane open, and I clipped the apron, and when I did, it came up and got him. That's exactly what that is. Most aprons aren't as deadly as Atlanta, but this one is just notorious for ripping you up that track there wide.
Oh, it is. You definitely need a good balance to your car to be able to run that Harvick line, as they say, and not holding that front tire, you need that, but you need to keep that rear tire on as well, just to keep it from breaking loose.
Yep, we're on board with Darkwing Duck right now. Like I said, what Gotnub was gonna give old Icy the one-handed haymaker, and he said, I'm gonna hit him with the super nub. Well, let's see how good your sniping skills really are. Can he go to the top of the grandstands and shoot that right rear tire out of the 17? Now, that would be a challenge I'd like to see him do.
And we got a new leader. We got the 19 of Crab Leg. got inside of the 22 of Darkwing, and he's now leading this pack.
Yep, 19 back to the pack with Pico Gator making a move to the inside. Everybody going with them. The 22 outside, but the 12 looks like he's going to go with his manufacturing buddy. Wicked Gatekeeper still holding on. Fast Camaro, what's up, buddy? Up there in New York, having a good time? Maybe. I don't know if you're having a good time, but thanks for tuning in, man. Again, Fast Camaro, all hard Jake, great peoples. Known him for some time now, too. But yeah, we got a nice little battle ended up working up here. The 11 is trying to get caught up to these guys too. The 19 makes a move to the inside of Picola Gator. Wicked Gatekeeper goes to the outside of that 88. The 22 makes a move to the inside, and here comes the 12, giving a little push from behind in the draft with the 11. 11 will be able to catch up to him. The 22 drifts up just a little bit. 88 drives, got to breathe it just a little bit to keep it off the wall. Breathing it catches you just a little bit. You're going to lose some time, but not as much as you hit the wall. Dsmith pulls up in front of him. 2 spots lost for the 88. 11's going to make a move to the inside. 19 still the leader. I need a breath for a second, buddy. Take it. Whoo!
Oh, and you know, right now the 88 is. It looks like he's losing
the 12 through the grass, and he comes back and he hits the 88. The 88 is. The 88 gets a gold medal. I think we just saw him do 3 cartwheels. Holy cow, on air. Sorry. Wow.
Yeah, I think he holds on to third though, because there's only 3 of the guys up front that were, you know, really battling. Well, no, reports come in from pit road. They actually fell back to 4th there.
You know, naturally, there's no caution when there should be. I mean, some guy just went flying through the taco stand and pulled the whole Ricky Bobby, where it's like, so I'm upside down. Yep, this is gonna hurt.
So our current top 4 is the 19, the 22, the 41, and then the 88.
So the 88, even after having that mishap, still in 4th, but with heavy damage, which you assumed he has. Do you stay out? Do you come down, fix the damage, and hope there's a caution and get it back? That way you got the fuel and tires to make there, but that damage is definitely going to hinder that 88 Chevrolet KMS mobile tonight.
So yeah, actually, hey Puddin, real quick, that might actually end up helping him. Everybody's going to be real close on fuel, same as before. And so he's actually going to be running a lower RPM, and by going that slower speed with damage, so he may actually end up benefiting out of that.
Well, there you heard it from our in-race reporter. You know, we've had Burrito Bob out there. We've had Hot Dog Charlie. Well, we just heard it from TikTok Tom out there, right there, you know. So thank you, Ben. We appreciate that insight. Lower RPMs, less fuel used. But
you
the
know,
aerodynamics...
Quite,
go ahead, Wide.
Yeah, just like you were getting around to there, the damage on that nose is actually going to make it feel like more of a truck, and it might actually burn a little more fuel.
Well, and besides that too, what are the chances, depending upon how much damage he occurred, for overheating? But we'll have to see how that pans out. But nobody likes to drive a school bus with flat tires on it, and that's probably what that car's driving like.
Oh, definitely. And if that 88 is in the position where he do have to make another pit stop, you know, I would, you know, with that damage, I would probably just get in and get it over with as fast as possible.
Get in, get off, and get out. You know, that's you know. I mean, there could be a chance, as we're jumping on board Hunty right there, that there could be a caution, but no, he stayed out. Heavy damage to 21 of NRG, now making a move on him. Maybe he's banking on a caution. Again, one strict caution. You put the strict cautions on, one car scrapes the wall, boom, yellow flag. Something like that happens, we do not get a caution. I'd rather have a slider scale for cautions than a draft effect. And I'd like a broadcast ticker, too. Those
you know, there are some instances where maybe a caution is relevant, like severe lag or whatnot, but with the caliber of drivers we got, you know, very seldom will you ever see a caution unless somebody just, you know, flat out overdrove.
Yeah, and again, that wasn't intentional. Things happen. I mean, but the 19 still appearing to be leading, and he's going to come up on that 88. A 4-car of Wicked Gatekeeper, Toyota Mustang Crime right now, looking very strong.
Yep. We got the 41 looking inside the 22, fighting for second. Yeah, looks like he's going to get it coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, take it for 1 second while I pause for station identification.
A quick rundown, our top 3 is still at 19 and now at 41 who just moved into second, the 22 running up third. The 88, I'm not too sure, but I mean, we're at 10 to go, and the 88 is falling back to 8th from that contact. Be interesting if he actually pits and gets that fixed.
Yeah, if you can't make it, you need to pit, Piccolo. If you can make it to the next, yeah, if you can make it, stay out and run.
Looks like the 88 is now going 1 lap down to the 22.
In the 22, Darkwing Duck, he won the Custom Cup last week we were at Canadian Motorsports Park where Cole finished second. Had a good view of that one. I took fuel only.
I know, sometimes it hurts, finishing second when you've got a race-winning car, but sometimes it just doesn't work out.
And here comes Icy down the pit lane.
I actually finished second to a teammate this past Sunday, and I can't complain. At least it was a teammate that got it, and it was all good. They need their wins as well.
Yeah, and I agree with that full-heartedly. Darkwing Duck, I stayed out a lap on him at Canadian for the Custom Cup race. I did take fuel only, knowing that I only had 2 laps left, but when he pulled 2 cars in front of me, Cola was tracking me down, and as soon as he got to my rear bumper on 4 fresh tires, as a teammate, I let Cola go, try to battle for the win, and be content with the top 3, because I've had 2 seconds and a third now here in Cringe in different series, preset, custom, Xfinity, and custom cup. Never a win, but wins in other leagues, wins in other places, but here at Cringe, it's very difficult to come by a win, and you have quite a few and an elusive championship, so that definitely says something.
I've been very fortunate, but I've had some great teammates along the way. Again, it just falls back to getting those reps, getting those laps in. Practice means so much.
Actually, I'm going to start calling you the rule maker, because wasn't there another league that actually made a rule? Because of your strategy and how long you played it out?
There's been a couple, they've changed it from 4 times wear to 3 times wear. Some have actually changed from 2 times up to 3. But the biggest thing that they need to look at is how long are the stages. And stages are what do it. I mean, the longer a stage is, the less strategy could play in. I mean, honestly, if anybody wants to take away strategy, just take away the stages. And then, strategy only comes into play if cautions happen.
41, not to interrupt you, is making a move for the lead right now. No contact. They came close right there. Wicked Gatekeeper I think is in third. That's going to... Wicked Gatekeeper coming to pit lane. So Cola and Crableg's going to try to stretch this thing out. Cola's making a move for the lead.
And he has it.
Yep, but the 19 said, "Don't forget about me." He played that right. Probably backed the corner up just enough to let him go, and then get right back on his rear bumper and staying just that little bit off, like you were saying, maybe to get that draft as we see the 21 car of NRG. I do want to go through the field here, but at the same time, we are bumper to bumper. Mustang leading, Toyota right behind him, Cola Motorsports, and Crab Legs, last week's preset winner too. Trying to go back to back. Cola up here, trying to hold him off. That is a great looking Toyota car. Wish there was a Chevy bow tie on it. And it looks like both of the leaders signaling right now. Oh, they make a little bit of contact.
Last lap.
Oh, it's the last lap. Are they both out? Crab Legs. They make contact. Cola goes up to the wall. Cola gets back around him. I think Crablegs might have let him go right there, but I think Cola was out, though. I think Crablegs might let him go because he didn't intentionally do that. So Cola Motorsports is the winner?
Yeah. Cola, Crab, Duck. Well, I don't know. Duck and Hunty and Patton are still racing.
Alrighty then. Wow, that was an eventful last couple of corners there. And again, like we talked about pre-race there just for a split second, Atlanta never fails to disappoint. Wide one caution tonight. I think we should have probably seen at least two more. Very disappointing for the 88 car who had himself a hot rod, but something happened. Went to the taco stand. I hear this place makes a good sauce, just like Talladega and the guy who left the Laughing Clown 26 Chevrolet there. I'm getting a chicken sandwich. This place makes a good sauce.
Yeah, we got Cola one in the race, Crablag the second, Hunting Wall, Brandon Ullman third. It was a great top three for those guys.
No problem. And real quick, Taddy, just so I don't have to blue screen, could you help her?
What? What do you want?
Don't really? You've never done this before?
How many do you want? Do you want the whole top three or what?
Yeah, just give me all three.
Yeah, let's get those top three in there. And, there was only three of them left on the lead lap.
No, the 22 was on the lead lap. He just basically decided to stop driving. He went into crazy fuel saving mode at the end. That's what I meant when I said stop driving. Is he just slowed down to about 20 miles an hour?
So he was short, so he had to do what he had to do to get to where he ended up. There's a strategy they were able to make. Oh, I'm staying in for Auto Club wide open. What about you?
I love Auto Club. I won a preset truck race there a couple weeks ago.
Auto Club, one of my very favorite tracks. But yes, let's get these guys up here. And thanks for being up here in the booth. Anytime, man. You want to come up wide open? Again, I've known you for some time now. Talked to you a while. Raced with you quite a bit. Every time I race with you, I'm always in a different chat, and I don't have my notifications on my PlayStation because of broadcasting. So when I look down, it's like, oh, wide open started a chat 2 hours ago, and I'm like, oh, I hope he's not mad I ain't go. I didn't see it on my phone. It doesn't get it doesn't ding on my phone. But so don't think I'm ignoring it.
There it is, Puddin ghosting me again. I just love racing. Like I said, even if I missed the races on TV, I always PVR it so I can watch it later. Even when I know who won the race, like I said, I want to know how they got to where they did, and and that's like here in this game. I love all the tracks. There's some that I feel I'm not aggressive enough to race against some guys on. I don't like. I don't like using guys up, which is why I've become a strategy racer. I try to get around you without having to actually get around you.
Right. Yeah. That's one thing I don't have is strategy. As everybody knows, they call there used to be a guy who used to race in here. His name was No Pit. No Pit Pendle, but everybody started calling me No Pit Puddin because, well, my strategy goes out the dang window, you know what I mean? But try to race everybody as fast, as clean as possible, and I get excited. So give these guys another couple minutes again. Thanks to K Taddy out there for being our in-race reporter. That was one heck of an Atlanta race. Please stay tuned again tomorrow. The Custom Cup guys will be at Phoenix. I said hopefully I get off work in time, which shouldn't be an issue, but come home, pull the 3 S's if everybody knows what that means.
Oh, yes, and looks like we got Colahan here, all ready to go.
All right, real quick, congratulations there, Sweaty. I'm going to let Wide Open interview you, buddy.
All right.
Are you on Always Allow?
Yeah.
Don't sound too enthused.
Hi, Cola. Looked like you had a nice fast car out there today. I'm sure Puddin' he's a Chevy man, but I'm sure you're happy with the power that you got out of that Ford Mustang.
Yeah, I definitely had to work hard that last stage to get to the 19, and we was actually pushing a little bit too hard, and we started to sputter going into 3, about middle ways through 4 on the last lap there, and if me and the 19 were in the chat, I wouldn't be in this spot. He would be, because I would have told him, just go get it, because there ain't no way I'm going to make it back to the line. And somehow I made it back to the line. But it was just hard racing. I had to play a little bit of strategy into it there in the second stage, and somehow we made it. And we ended up pulling it off somehow.
Oh, you definitely always gotta work it to where give yourself a fighting chance, stay on that lead lap. And which did you find was more that you needed, tires or fuel?
Well, towards the end there, I needed both. Towards the end, I needed both because
I was going to say, what a
I was
question,
driving
huh?
hard. I mean, I was driving hard, but throughout the race, I think I needed more fuel than I needed tires, to be honest.
Yeah. Of course, to find a good balance is always important. Was it the right front or right rear that you found to have a little more trouble with?
Um, well, towards the earlier parts of the race, it was the right rear, but I had just a little bit too much wedge there towards the end, and I needed the right front more than anything.
I mean,
Yeah,
not your first
that's
victory
good.
over here, man. Congratulations to you. As always, doing what you do best, sweating on that new G29, on your new rig that you just built. How did that rig feel for you tonight, too? A lot more
Oh,
stable?
it was nice. It was nice and comfortable, man. Nice and comfortable.
Did you get your chair?
Oh, not yet. It's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, congratulations, and I'll be talking to you soon. And and White said something too. Yeah, you're in a Mustang, but we all know the only way to make a Mustang go fast, if you watch any drag racers, they put a Chevy underneath the hood. You're welcome for that. That tidbit of advice, buddy.
I do got one more thing to say though. That
All right.
19 car, he's really showed up the past 2 or 3 races here. I mean, he's showed that he's got some speed, and he's going to be a contender in the championship.
Can't wait to see him out there. By the way, did we get the 19 in the chat too?
No, we didn't. I'm not sure if he actually got the invite out or not. But
Did Quackmaster get
definitely
up there?
the 19 did look like he had some good power there. Even with the Quackmaster, the 22 was looking good. We even seen the 11 car, Country Caliber, leading for quite a while. So definitely we had some strong cars in that field tonight.
And the 14 of Private Patton, let's not forget about him too, man. He was up there leading some laps. And
Oh yes,
RG,
early on he was very strong.
yeah, NRG in that 21 and the 14 put on one heck of a stage for stage 1, too. Stage 2 went to Taddy, and then obviously the black and white checkered flag went out to Colin Motorsports in that 41 camp. Racing for TMT Racing. So if those guys haven't gotten up here yet, we'll give them another 30 seconds. Any final words, Wyden? And thanks for joining the booth, man. Your insight and knowledge about the sport and Heat 5 and everything has been very valuable tonight.
Oh no, just thank you for having me. It's like I said, I just love racing, and any way that I can be a part of it, it's good.
You want to go race earthworms tomorrow? You like racing?
No, that's probably a little too slow, even for me.
All right. Well, congratulations to our top 3 tonight. The 41 of Coleman Motorsports, the 19 of Crab Legs, and the 22 of Darkwing Duck, the Quackmaster himself. I am Puddin Knievel, and for Wide Open Racing. Guys, remember, COVID is still real. Please wear a mask. Please social distance. We will get through this thing together. For everybody here at CRING Season 6, we wish you a great, safe evening. Tune in tomorrow night for the Custom Cup Cars at Phoenix. Have a great evening. Y'all be safe now.